Good morning. I don't even know what day it is today. It seems like the GoPro's playing ball today, so that's good news. Okay. If one thing's playing up today, I hope it's not the bloody sat-nav. It looks like it bloody could be. Gonna attempt something here. Let's fire it back up, see if that works. Recovery, got it. Resume recording. Oh no, disaster. Well, yesterday I was singing its praises and now I don't know what to do. Start. Yesterday were a bit of a cockled up day. I had loads of trouble with my cameras. I don't know what it is. Anyway, for the time being it's working, so we shan't knock it. I have missed lots of footage. Engine lights off again today, so that's good news. My plan tonight is to get maybe to Andorra, maybe the other side of Andorra, and tomorrow it'll be the Mediterranean Sea, and that will be mission accomplished. I remember going to Andorra skiing and getting on the plane. It flies out of Lleida for that, I think, in Spain, and you could see the Pyrenees as far as the eye could see. All shit, all snow-capped mountains. And I thought, yep, I'm having that. And I'm doing it right, all on these little back roads, not on the big fast sweepers that are running right through. Called Val d'Oron Azet. 7 miles, so it's 3.5 miles up, hopefully 3.5 miles down. I've dreamt about it so much, and now I'm actually doing it. It's just a ride. I'm sure I'll have to get back and assess the situation, or maybe I'll get a sense of achievement once I've got to the other side. I tell you what, there isn't here that I'm not missing from the UK. The smell of bloody weed. I'm going to treat myself tonight to a hotel, unless it's absolutely baking hot again, and then I might camp. Oh look, the airport at Perigord. That's the James Bond airport. Oh yeah, man, let's get some of this going. Yeah, the runway at Perigord, or Perigord. I watched the tour at the top of that ravine there. Oh wow. Yeah, I sort of got my head around the map now. This is all looking a bit more familiar, heading towards Bagnères de Luchon. I think I'm doing the Col de Port instead of going into Luchon first. That Col d'Azet there, they only used that a few years ago for the first time. So that's where we were a minute ago. Well, 20 minutes ago. Now we're up into some pretty good stuff, eh? Yeah, I've got to come back here on my push bike for definite. The sense of achievement you get when you climb to the top of one of these on your bike is amazing. I'm talking about push bike. Look, there it is. That's the runway. Camera's back rolling, but I don't know for how long. I thought I'd just have another look at this camera, because that is Andorra. I was hoping to get to I want to say it's axotherms tonight, but zyotherms, I don't know how you pronounce it. Iotherms. So we'll have a look at booking somewhere up in a few hours. Should make the coast tomorrow at Perpignan. That'll be mission accomplished. It's been stunning. Absolutely stunning. Roads like this just meandering up and down the mountains. And all I can think about is the old Tour de France races that I've watched. People bashing down here. Wish we had a hairpin counter. I'm still not bored of being on my own. I'm missing sharing it with somebody, but I've definitely slipped into this mission mode. Just got to get it done rather than enjoying it, which is what I wanted to do. I am enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but because it was, the idea was to get from one side of the Pyrenees to the other, I've definitely slipped into that. Gotta get it done. So I'm hoping that once I get it done, I'm just going to slip up. I've got a few things marked out on Google Maps. I'm just going to pick them and go, right, take me there, wind my way back home up through the Alps, or not through the Alps, or whatever. I was going to do a bit of border crossing, try and do Italy, Austria, Germany, Liechtenstein, Belgium, Switzerland, France. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed. It's a bit like when you do the North Coast 500 and you're like, oh wow, this is fantastic. Get around the next corner, that's even better. Get around the next corner, that's better again. Then you get to a point where you're just like, yeah, I'm bored of that. Just get me back to civilization. You just want to get out of these stunning views, and I don't know, it's like, as my lad puts it, too much scenery. Look at that. Looks like we're heading down into a bowl. Just a complete bowl of, just all surrounded by mountains. I thought we'd done with the massive mountains, but obviously not. Some huge ones here. Not seen many waterfalls or rivers. Lovely little villages nestled in the Alps. No, Pyrenees, not the Alps, we're not there yet. Everywhere's shut. Col d'Agnes. That snowfield up there. Views, eh? See that big mountain with the snowfield is just gone now. Like literally one corner, different view. This is one of the best yet. I don't even know what it is. Col de la Rouse, something like that. Col d'Agnes. Col de Agnes. I've just had a deep thought from way back in my mind, probably from 12 years ago, certainly 10. I had this old customer, and he was blind, or very, very hard of seeing. And he used to tell me stories. He was obviously getting to the end of his life, and he'd tell me these little war stories, and really interesting guy. But one thing he did tell me, and it's just come back to me, is when they were teenagers, him and his mate got bikes, push bikes, and rode them across the Pyrenees. And I was like, what do you mean teenager? He was like, well, we were just we'd left school and we hadn't quite gone to war yet. It's like, he must have been from quite a well-to-do family to be able to do that. But yeah, can you imagine riding that? And he was saying, oh yes, we used to have to switch the wheel around the other way, because that's the only way you could get the gears to change. Old Bill. He was awarded a medal. I want to say it's called Honour d'Air. It was Honour d'Air. He was awarded it by the French. And he was telling me this story about how he was hiding from assault from the Germans, and he was walking around the corner of a building, and they both came face to face, him and this other soldier, and they both shot each other at the same time. He said the other guy died, he was dead, but he said I had to play dead. And he said the fire in my stomach from this bullet was excruciating, but I had to play dead, and when all his mates came, they just presumed I was dead and left me. Wow, can you imagine that? What a story. Poor old Bill. Port de l'Airs. Open. It's a different landscape now. It's a bit Spanish almost. Changed again now. It's almost Swiss-like. Therms. Okay, so this is where I was trying to get to today. Andorra. So considering I'd done one half decent ride this year, and I've just spent 4 solid days on this bike, my horse it's okay. Yeah, I'm feeling it a little bit, but a lot of people look at the seat on the XR and go, it's too thin. But honestly, it's fine. I think we've more or less left the mountains behind now. It's we've got big rolling hills now rather than massive mountains. We're alright for fuel. Without a price, we are fucking alright now. €2. I'd actually say fuel is dearer here than it is in the UK. Well, it's definitely easing off here, mountain wise. Still got a couple to the right and maybe one or two just in the front of us there, but so close to completing it. Right, I need to find somewhere to stop for the night. It's about 5 o'clock now. It's another thing, everything's shut. It's just shut. Get your man in Nova going for it. Nearly off bloody 2 wheels then. I don't want to be near that fucking idiot. It's dead slow in a straight line, but it's just not slowing down for corners. Look at him! Oh, amazing. It must be one of them 2-cylinder things that's just like flat out now, but it just doesn't slow down for corners. Woo! Maybe we're not done with the Pyrenees just yet. Let's watch this bloke crash. He's like speeding up for corners. This fucking woman. Thought it was some young lad. Fucking hell, her tyres are screaming behind me. I think it could actually be more interesting behind her. Oh no, it's an old bloke. Right, I've got to find somewhere to stay there. La Route de Cols. Look at this place, Quilon. Came in before over the mountains, down into the village. This is an old castle. Yeah, very pretty. It's red hot still. We're heading off that way tomorrow, towards the coast.